What is up, you guys? It's the Bombing Omen, and I'm bringing you a discussion video on Advanced Warfare in its current state. A lot of people ask me how this game is doing right now, and they say I'm playing on such and such console and I've been thinking about jumping back onto it. Well, I'm here to share with you guys my personal experiences these past couple of months. If any of you have been following my channel for a little while, you will know that I have played this game on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One all this year. I have not played this game on PC because I'm really not much of a PC gamer. But before we get any further into the video, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, hit that notification bell if you want to stay up to date on my channel. I'm going to go slightly off topic and talk about this gameplay really quick. I am using the ASM1 Strider, and I get a DNA bomb with it. I'm also playing on Xbox 360 in this gameplay, but a lot of people didn't use the ASM1 Strider. When people would get this gun, they would say, oh, it's not a speakeasy. Oh, I don't like it. This gun has increased damage and increased range, but it has a really large increase to the recoil on it. So this gun is pretty hard to control, but if you can manage to control it, it is disturbingly overpowered, and I got a very easy DNA bomb with this gun. So now I'm going to talk about this game on the consoles. We're going to start with the PlayStation 3. It seems like Activision and Sledgehammer really did not care about this game on PS3 because the graphics on PS3 are absolutely ugly. And I guess, you know, a lot of it has to do with that the game is free to play online, so they're really not making that much money from the PS3 player base. I have all the DLC maps for PlayStation 3, but I ended up having to delete them all because when I had them downloaded on my console, I could not get into any lobby. It wouldn't even allow me to connect to the regular maps. And that's kind of a bummer because, you know, I spent $50 on that mess, and over the years it's just turned into a waste of money. The loading times for PlayStation 3 take longer than all the other consoles. And I do run into hackers and modders online, but, you know, it is PlayStation 3, so I can't really knock on it too much. I mean, it's kind of expected. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are thinking, why am I bashing PS3 so much? Well, I'm going to highlight the biggest positive on playing this game on PS3. And that is the fact that the players on PS3 are the easiest out of all of them. A bunch of little kids, a bunch of noobs playing this game on PS3. And I'm dead serious. It is so easy to get a DNA bomb on PS3, you guys. And pretty much most of that has to do with that the game is free to play on PS3. So now I'm going to move on to Xbox 360. And this is actually my most preferred way to play this game. It has some pretty similar issues to PS3. I can't get into games with all my DLC maps on, and you will face the occasional hackers and modders. The graphics are a lot better than PlayStation 3's. In fact, they're almost as good as Xbox One's and PS4's graphics, and that's pretty crazy. I mean, it's a little bit more blurrier, but, you know, you can barely tell the difference when you play it on 360. The players online are pretty easy. They aren't as easy as PlayStation 3's, but, you know, they're still pretty easy. It's easy to get DNA bombs on 360. And one of the biggest reasons why I like playing it on 360 is because this game is actually backwards compatible on Xbox One. And that's kind of crazy because Xbox One has its own version of this game. And I get to use my Elite V2 controller when I play this. So if any of you guys have Elite controllers or Scuff Prestiges or whatever, feel free to pick this game up, and I'm telling you, it's going to work on here. So now I'm going to move on to PlayStation 4. The players on PlayStation 4 are a lot more adept and skilled at this game, for sure. I have all the DLC maps on PS4, and surprisingly, I actually get games with them downloaded. I can only get into like 1 or 2 lobbies, but I mean, it's still, you can get into them. And I got a lot of joy playing on maps that I haven't played in years. I also should have mentioned this when I was talking about PS3 and Xbox 360. TDM is pretty much the only real populated game mode on this game anymore. I mean, maybe on a rare occasion you'll find some Dom lobbies or search and destroy, even free-for-all, but if you just want to get into a quick and fast game, go for TDM. If you guys can manage to get into games outside of TDM, please let me know, because I would really like to try them out. Just let me know in the comments down below. I also want to mention that I still run into people who use mics on the PS4, and I get quite a few trash talkers on there, but you know, I enjoy it, you guys. And one last thing about PS4 is that I can't remember if I've ever run into a modder or hacker on this game. So, I mean, if you don't want to run into those types of players, then this is a pretty good console to play on. So now I'm going to move on to Xbox One, and I'm going to be quick to point this out. Xbox One has the hardest players of them all. I would say a lot of that has to do with that the competitive players were on Xbox One. So, I mean, that's where they're going to stick to. This is where all the tryhards were at. I have all the DLC maps for Xbox One as well. And just like PS4, I can get into DLC map lobbies. And, you know, a lot of people saw me stream this, and I was really happy seeing this. Once again, I'm playing on maps that I have not played in years, guys. One thing I really need to point out is that if you're playing on the same account that you're using for PS3 and PS4 or Xbox 360 and Xbox One, it shares the same account. So all of your supply drop weapons and all of that are shared. So when you go back and forth between those consoles, you don't have to re-unlock stuff. So yeah, I would say Xbox One is a pretty good console to play this game on if you want to face the most skilled and adept players of them all. And I can't say I've ever ran into a hacker or a cheater on Xbox One either. So, you know, like I said, if you want to go against players who play legit, Xbox One is a pretty good console. I guess that kind of wraps it up with my personal experiences on this game with all four consoles this year. I've had some people tell me on my videos that they can't get into games and that they're having trouble connecting. And all I can really say is delete your DLCs, and if you can manage to get your NAT type open, try to do it. In all honesty, I thought this was a pretty decent Call of Duty. It was fun. It was a complete change to the formula. Some people didn't like it. This was the first Call of Duty to use jetpacks and futuristic movement. And the biggest thing that people knock about it is that it introduced the supply drops. And even I don't like the supply drop system because, I mean, there's a lot of guns that I still have not gotten a hold of years later. But the best thing about this Call of Duty, and a lot of people don't remember this, but it had clan wars, and it was only available the first year of this game. It was something that started in Ghost, but it encouraged people to get on this game and play together and play different game modes. Be social, form a team, go against other teams. And I really liked it, you guys. And I really wish that Call of Duty would someday bring this feature back. So, did you guys like this game? Tell me what you liked the most about it. And if you hated this game, tell me what you hated most about it. I wasn't a big fan of the campaign. I thought it was kind of bland. And I wasn't a big fan of the exo survival or the exo zombies. I'm just not into that. But I'm going to wrap this video up. Over and out, guys.